welcome back to the Angry Buddha Official. And I have a special video for you. You will not get more of these. This is a rare occasion because I no longer dip. I do sometimes, but I no longer do dip reviews. And I'm pretty much done with dipping. I have some every now and then. But I did promise this channel that I would do this. So whether you were down for it or not, I still promised the channel, and that's what I'm committed. So, so old dip fans, if you've still been here, if you are still here, maybe you'll enjoy this. And if you're not, and if you're new to this channel, just know that this will be the only dip review you will see that's new or up to date and later. Then, yeah, because you won't see any more of them. You'll just see nasal snuff reviews. So, and if you don't know what that is, stick around and check out the rest of my videos on my channel. My old videos, I do have a lot of dip reviews. I'm still keeping up on this channel. There just won't be any new ones. But I've never got to review this dip, and I said that I would when it first was re-released. And it has been re-released, so I've had it several times since then. I just haven't reviewed it. Now, I don't keep it all the time or anything. I've had it several times since it's been released. That's quite some time. But anyway, yes, Copenhagen Copenhagen Black. And I'm going to have it in a very, I wouldn't say traditional Southern way down here in Texas, but I could definitely say that it's definitely a very Southern thing to do, and it's something that I know multiple people do. I mean, anyone does it, but I'm going to mix my my whiskey with some Mountain Dew, and the only reason is just because it seems like just the very just an unspoken traditional thing to do down here. I mean, we don't just use regular Cokes; we'll use something even worse than a normal soda. So, anyways, it just seems proper. So we're gonna use some Mountain Dew. Got this blue one here. I got a regular one too, but I'm gonna go with the Voltage. So a blue raspberry, I suppose. And it's gonna look cool in the glass. So we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna mix it, and we're gonna throw some ice in there. I'm gonna make the perfect mixed drink. Now, I do like it on the rocks. I really don't care if you're like, oh, don't do it on the rocks. That's not as hard, man. Whatever, I don't care. I want to enjoy it and still feel it. So here we go. Put some ice. And I'm just going to shove a ton of it in here. Cram that ice in there. I want it cold. It's not going to be... Now, if I was going to just put it on the rocks, sure, I'd just sip it. I don't want to sip it. I want to drink it. Now, am I going to chug it? No. But I am going to make a very cold mixed drink. Now, I know that some people are like, oh, the colder it is, the less flavor you have with certain drinks and all that. Whatever. I'm not going for necessarily that. I want a nice mixed drink. So what we're going to do is we're going to go not half. The bottom is deep, as y'all can see. It's deeper down here, so... That's probably a little more than I needed. That's okay. Oh. And who knows? And we're using triple distilled Jameson. So got the Jameson, the Irish whiskey. And we're going to have ourselves a blue whiskey, or maybe. And I know that that's actually a little bit stronger than I wanted it, so. Yep, a little bit stronger than I wanted. That bottom here is much deeper. Try it again. Not bad. It still tastes of whiskey, but it's not just whiskey over soda. It's not just soda over whiskey. Now it's getting loud in my house, so let's take a trip out to the dungeon. And now my dryer is being loud, or washer. That's all right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and let it run its course. Sorry about the noise. Okay. And here we are. Let's get to this review. We're 5 minutes in already. We have our mixed drink. We have the dryer in the back, the washer in the background. It's finishing up. Let him finish. Let him finish. What the fuck is in my beard? Okay. Anyway. So let's get to it. I'll talk a little louder over that noise. Sorry about that. It'll go away. It's been so long. I don't think I can do it with this ring on. Crack that sun gun. Crack her open. And we have a beautiful, dark, black, moist snuff that is not for your nose, it's for your mouth. I just don't have the gums anymore to dip, guys. Otherwise, I would make some dip reviews still. I just don't, I don't switch over to different sides. I stay on one side, and my gums just don't like it. Even if I take care of my mouth and I brush my teeth and I floss, it doesn't matter. It just, it wins the battle. The dip wins the battle, so that's just for me. But if you take care of your mouth and you switch sides, you might be able to continue dipping. Some people don't care and they're going to continue to dip anyway, so go right ahead. See this big old hog? That's right. That's going in. Matter of fact, it wasn't big enough. Now, I will say this does taste different. They're not since the re-release, but back in the day, I always felt like there was a little bit more whiskey flavor in here. To me, it just tastes a little sweeter. Not sweeter, it's just sweet. Now you get the salt taste. You get those salts. Keep in mind, it's also a little bit drier than normal Coke. Even on a fresh, out of a fresh can. From what I've noticed. And that could just because of any alcohol content. God damn, it's quite humid in this fucking garage. Horrible. Anyway. There's that black in there. That's what you like to see. What do I have to spit in? I don't want to spit in this, but what? Whiskey. Sweet whiskey flavor. Sweet, natural, just like natural Copenhagen, with a little bit sweeter taste to it. And a subtle taste of bourbon. Now, something I like to do, if you're not old enough to drink, then maybe don't do this. I like to take a little bit of that whiskey that I got in there and just go ahead, and you can even do that with normal Copenhagen. There's nothing wrong with that. It might not be as sweet, but you'll get that whiskey taste. And I think that goes great with something smoky. The cut, I will say this, the cut for this, it's long cut. To me, it kind of reminds me of like a Southern cut blend. Because the cut is more of a mid cut. I'm actually keeping this bottle. I'm gonna have to wash that up. Let's take a sip of our whiskey with the bourbon. Now, well, I don't know if it's bourbon, but most likely it would have bourbon in it. And so maybe I'm not really using the best whiskey to use with Copenhagen. Should have had some turkey or some beam, but it is what it is. That blue raspberry goes really good with that whiskey. Got me some blue looking whiskey. Packs a nice little punch. And of course, not too much to say. All dips are basically the same besides the cut and how fast the nicotine gets to you, or if there's an amount of free nicotine in there somewhere. But there's really no difference to this. If you're a dipper, you enjoy dip, you enjoy whiskey. Even if it's not like, oh, it doesn't taste that much like whiskey. Whatever, then don't buy it. It's a classic. I like it. I dig it. If I were to dip often, probably not going to dip the black. But I don't know how long this will be around. So if you do enjoy Copenhagen, maybe pick some of this up, pick up a roll and put it in safekeeping, because I don't know how long it will be around. It used to kind of come out for a limited time, and then they took it away. I keep seeing it. Maybe they're just gonna keep it until they sell it all out, and then cut it, and might not have it for long. So if you do appreciate it, get it. I wanted to get some. I've had my share. I probably won't buy any more of this. But I did promise a review, so I got some anyway. And yeah, I'm taking the pinch out now. I'm not keeping it in very long. I just don't need that much nicotine. I'm trying to keep my stuff low and, you know, pop in the snooze when I really want to. I'll finish this can. Maybe like when I'm working or something. I just don't, like right now. This is why I don't dip anymore. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't feel like spitting a bunch of shit out of my mouth. Swallow it and be done with it. I could gut it, but I don't want to. Good whiskey. Nice little mixer. Good cope. If that's you, go pick yourself up some Copenhagen Black. 10 out of 10. Like I said, probably won't be here forever. And if it is, well then right on. Good for cope. Wish they were doing that whenever I was buying, because I would have been able to switch up a little bit more. Probably be dipping a little longer, give me a little more of my money. But y'all fucked that up, didn't y'all? No, I'm just kidding. This was one day I was like, I put it in, I said, this is it. I'm not dipping no more. Went and dumped it all out and threw it in the trash can. Instantly regretted it. I was like, but I didn't want it in my mouth anymore. If it wasn't a problem for my gums, despite me taking care of my gums, well then I'd probably still be dipping. But I was able to get off a dip with snus, and I lowered my tolerance. So now I don't have to have anything in my mouth. Although that hasn't really necessarily been the case lately. I picked up a couple filthy habits of vaping and, like I said, dipping. I've kind of cut down on that. Really don't need to buy any more dip. But I've cut down on the vaping. I'm not vaping at all. I haven't bought a new vape in several weeks. But the thing is yeah, I don't know. I've just been out and about, and it's convenient, and I don't have time, or I didn't have fresh snus, which isn't a problem. It's just, it was just not to my liking, and I basically was being picky. So, but enough of that. We're gonna stay strong and stay with the nasal snuff and the snus. A little pipe tobacco, like I saw earlier. But yeah, I'm still spitting out shit. I just don't want to spit anymore. And yeah, and any times where I felt vulnerable, or I don't know, just didn't want anyone to see it in my mouth. Not because I care what they think, because I care about it. I don't want someone to see it all in your teeth and shit like that. And I didn't have to sit there and rinse my mouth out. You know, just take a sip of some water and you're good. Something. But anyway, peace. Hope you enjoyed that little quick review. That was Copenhagen Black. Like I said, once again, grab some while you can. Might not be here forever. Dippers. Peace.